Greetings to you. My name is Brano Charo, a participant of the GRAPE program. I'll be telling you more about the GRAPE program and the initiative that we are currently conducting here in Kenya. GRAPE is an acronym for Global Reformed Advocacy Platforms for Engagement. It's a faith-based initiative espoused under the WCRC, that is the World Communion of Reformed Churches. In its essence, it's an inclusive platform that bridges ecumenical, interfaith, and civil society realms to participate in advocacy campaigns. It focuses on four key areas, that is economic justice, climate crisis, human rights advocacy, and peace building through global advocacy. It currently runs two campaigns, one campaign that is happening here in Kenya and another one that is happening in South Africa. The Kenyan campaign's goal is to ensure 50 liters of clean and safe water per person daily, or an equivalent cash compensation by 2028. Kenya is a water scarcity country. Over a third of its population, approximately 15 million Kenyans, lack access to clean and safe drinking water. The issues of climate change, issues of poor infrastructure, and issues of commercialization of water has further made the situation worse. The marginalized communities, for those who don't have access to this water, access to resources, they pay exorbitant prices to purchase water. This further has reinforced issues of economic injustice. The issue at hand here is that women and young girls have to trek long distances, 10 kilometers, 6 kilometers, 8 kilometers, be it 1 kilometer, to fetch water for their own domestic use. This is a challenge. For the young girls and children, it denies them the opportunity to go to school and study. For the women, it denies them even the opportunity to contribute to the family, for they spend long hours in the river. This not only is a crisis to the issues of dignity in terms of access to water, but it's a crisis in the issues of security. Women and young girls get assaulted, get raped when they come back home during the night hours. This is a crisis. For the GRAPE campaign objectives and what we have done so far, we have four key objectives. One is raising awareness. Number two is build partnership. Number three is strategize advocacy. And number four, inspire action. On raising awareness, we have the element of using faith-based platforms to amplify voices demanding clean and safe water. I believe we are aware the place of our faith-based platforms in our society and the voice and how the public and those who are in authority do take seriously the faith-based platforms. And it's our desire and our objective that we utilize these platforms to amplify voices demanding for clean and safe water. As another element is to use the social media campaigns. Another element is public forums and contextual Bible study. Contextual Bible studies is where we contextualize a Bible study based on specific thematic areas or the context of that specific community. We have also done some case studies purposefully to enable us to raise awareness through evidence. A case study was done in Kibra where it noted that water crisis has resulted to economic burden where residents spend between 250 to 350 daily on basic needs, including water. Also, it noted that there is an issue of health risk, an issue of injustice as a result of lack of government action. Currently, we are on course to develop the CBS materials, and we hope that we'll be able to launch them in the course of this campaign initiative for our own local consumption. We have also partnered with the South African team where we got some capacity building on development of these materials for our own contextual use. And objective number two is on building partnership, where we seek to build partnership with government, NGOs, CSOs, climate justice organizations, and faith-based organizations. In essence, of establishing the joint advocacy platforms for greater influence. As you would remember, when I was doing the introduction bit of GRAPE, I help us understand that this GRAPE initiative, it brings together, it bridges the ecumenical, the interfaith, and also the CSOs, and all, to bring them together in a platform for joint advocacy initiative for greater influence and impact. And objective number 3 is strategize advocacy, where we look at policy engagement with the Kenyan authorities so that to enforce water rights for policy change. Ours is to engage the Kenyan authority, the parliamentarians, those who are in office, to enforce water rights for policy change. And objective number 4 is to inspire action, where we encourage institutions to commit roles in lobbying, not only institutions, actually even individuals, to commit roles in lobbying and organizing events for these campaign initiatives.
My name is Janet Nando Ngoli, and I am a cohort 3 member of the GRAPE Kenya Water Campaign, and I would like to talk about the strategic policy that is in place, and our advocacy is about turning commitments into action. Kenya has promised access to water for all, but many communities still are left behind. So when we're talking about policy change, we are pushing for the legal enforcement of these commitments. Every Kenyan must receive at least 50 liters of water daily. And where this is not possible, financial compensation should bridge the gap. Community initiatives at the same time must strengthen citizen-led participation. Communities should be empowered to monitor policies, to plan and budget so that promises of water access are translated to reality. Equity and justice. Without this, people living in poverty continue to pay an informal tax, spending more on water than they can afford. Compensation ensures fairness and protects the most vulnerable. Finally, we call for robust monitoring frameworks to hold duty bearers accountable. Only then can we achieve equitable distribution and real change. This is not just about policy, it's about dignity, it's about justice, and the right of every Kenyan to clean and safe water. Our movement is about inspiring action and building collective strength. Change happens when partners step forward and commit. We invite organizations, faith groups, and communities to pledge their involvement through structured roles in lobbying, advocacy, and awareness campaigns. From social media to the pulpits, every platform can amplify the message. We are mobilizing faith leaders and NGOs to sit at the table with government representatives. At the same time, we are linking our cause to global climate justice conversation because Kenya's water crisis is part of a bigger global challenge. And our call to action is simple but urgent. By 2028, every Kenyan must have access to at least 50 liters of clean and safe water daily or receive fair compensation. This is our pledge, and we invite all partners to join us in making it a reality. The GRAPE pledge for the Kenyan campaign. Kenya is a water scarce country with per capita water availability far below the global standards. Over a third of Kenyans still lack access to clean and safe water. Poverty, weak infrastructure, climate change, and water cartels force the most vulnerable to pay the highest price for this basic need. The GRAPE Pledge Kenya, part of the global Reformed Advocacy Platform for Engagement, that is the GRAPE program, calls for every Kenyan to access at least 50 liters of clean and safe water per person per day by the year 2028, or receive an equivalent cash compensation. As faith-based institutions and partner organizations, we affirm that water is a God-given right and a constitutional guarantee. We commit ourselves to raise awareness, that is, to educate communities on the importance of clean water, to advocate for action, engage government and authorities to prioritize water access, and collaborate, work with government, NGOs, and partners to implement solutions, support policy change, push for equitable, sustainable water and climate policies. Our pledge is grounded in faith, justice, and solidarity. Together, we envision a Kenya where every community has access to clean water, the foundation for life, dignity, health, and justice. By the year 2028, we commit to making the right to water a reality. Thank you.